Hello people, I hope you can hear me just fine, but if it's not, well, it is what it is. And I just feel like talking because this is the last day of 3.3 and tomorrow,
Stay sharp.
morning in Asia. Oh, we got
Lend me your
enemies. Give me a
power.
sec.
Wind Rider.
Pain relief initiated.
It's a bit rough.
Ash takes form.
Is that all? Pretty sure that's all. Although in water, I'm so sorry. But yes, I think I better go to town if I want to just talk, and that is exactly what I want to do, just talk. So let's go back to the Star Search Academy. I can't believe that it's pretty freaking little. But it's fine. It is what it is. I've been having a pretty rough a couple of years. I think quite many people do, unfortunately, and that is just the situation of the world. But I also have quite many kind of like personal struggle, if you will, in relation to my family, which, as you can probably pick from my uncomfortable laughter, if you will, is it's not something that I enjoy talking, because the reality is that we don't choose our family. We just get them, and that's about it. But I've been working on it and continue to work on accepting that you can't really do anything about that except accepting it, establishing your healthy boundaries, and how should I word this, and keep moving forward with respect, not only for yourself but also for those around you. And sometimes respect for certain people looks like letting them experience the consequence of their action, and also just like truly letting them be, because the reality is that like, we cannot change anyone. The robot's cute. I mean, yeah, so I keep working on accepting that. I think there's still a little part of me that's still you know maybe like some part of my inner child that is still going that, you know what, I deserve better, I should get better. I would love to have like a better, healthier, maybe a childhood without violence and neglect, but it's not going to happen now. Oh, it's the morning calm. It's not going to happen now because I'm now an adult, so that is just not going to happen, and that's a little sad. Or is there something like drink? This is like CD. Yeah, it's CD, and like the big one is the whatchamacallit, the vinyl. Oh, that is absolutely brilliant. This is like maybe ice cream. Looks like ice cream, but there might be like frozen chicken nugget or something. So yeah, and I'm just like here to appreciate the beauty that is Wuthering Waves and what Kuro has done for it, because something that I keep falling on. This is just like my venting session, but that's okay. It is what it is. This is what my channel is about. Is this water? What's not? This is like a sidewalk. I really love it. Hello, who are you?
Take it easy.
Oh, are you amazed at Jian's handsomeness? I know, I love him too. Fun fact: I haven't changed this icon since 1.0. Hello.
I have never regretted to brave the long night.
I love you too, baby. So, I haven't changed the icon since 1.0, because how can you fix perfection? I don't think the wording is really getting there anyway. Um I just love Jen, I'm so sorry. Anyway, let's continue. Yeah. I was talking about, we have to get in this way. Is this like American style? Because you drive on the right side of the road. I drive on the left side on the road. So, look at this cat. Can we interact with it? Oh, we can't interact with it. That's okay. There's so many things going on here anyway. So yeah, this is also like for me, but basically sometimes I do fall in the rabbit hole, if you will, of, you know, people comparing this type of game. I think you would call this kind of like open world gacha game, if you will, because like, you know, quite obviously, well, this isn't the only one, nor it is the first one, but at the end of the day, I need to realize that, you know, and this is actually, you know, the majority of my feelings when I'm not, you know, getting sucked into arguing with people online. And some, you know, and when you really think about it, when you know, like really sit down with these people and what they're writing or how they're writing, sometimes it's just like they're just not really worth talking to, you know. I still remember finding someone who made a comment who's basically arguing, defending a certain game, if you will, and saying that, you know, it's basically, you know, his crux is like this game never promised any of things that Wuthering Waves is doing, you know, and while he seemed to be using kind of like advanced language, if you will, I just read it, and you know, after a while, I just think that that's just basically defending lack of growth, you know, which I think is such a shame. But also, you know, people are allowed to be ignorant. This might sound like snobby and rude, but I promise you, I'm not trying to do that necessarily, you know. I don't think there's necessarily any class. Oh, this is like just like a round thing. Very interesting. I don't think there's necessarily any class, if you will, in, you know, with, you know, like maybe there's some sort of cultural capital, in a sense that some people playing some games and they feel better than other people who's playing another game. And I must admit that I do feel some sort of way of it. But what I can say is that, you know, my kind of like observation and decision is not coming from the place of, you know, emotions, if you will. It doesn't come from the place of especially dark emotions or defensiveness or ego or any of that. Like, I don't think it really is about ego, because how can I, like, these are, you know, products that I consume, you know. I cannot tie my ego to, you know, watching a series on Netflix or something. Like, that's just not how things necessarily work, in my opinion, in my world, right? So, can we sit here? Oh, we can't, but this little bar thing looks so cute. I see bottles. Is this kind of like a coffee place? Wait, it's a lot of. That looks like, you know, Moye's strange, full of vitamin but tastes awful drink. Oh, anyway. Yes, but again, I would pretty strongly argue that I genuinely come from the place of knowledge and wanting development, wanting the better for not only the games that I play, but the gaming industry, and then on top of that, the cultural industry, and then humanity in general. I know that I'm speaking very broadly, but we do need to think about things in a macro sense from time to time, you know, because like we don't live alone, you know. We will eventually leave this earth to the next generation, and we do need to think about it. I think it's our duty to think about it. But, you know, so like for example, I do shun some, well, at least one gaming company. I know there are many. Well, at least there are two that I can think of, and I'm not going to really name names here because it's not necessarily a place for that. But
Royal formulas chiseled into stone tablets.
why is it?
The madman who thinks it's a brilliant idea to throw the whole cosmos into
What's going on here?
see what it spits.
Oh no! Oh, it's okay. They're just playing ball. Oh god, that's fantastic though. If you don't know, by the way, I'm playing on, you know, on like 6 years old, maybe 7 years old. It is 7 years old because this is first in 2019. I'm playing in 7 years old iPad Air, so you you're allowed to laugh at my graphic. It's not fantastic, but it can still play Wuthering Waves, and it's still my baby that I bought with my own money. So, you know, I'm not ashamed about it. But yeah, I think I've mentioned this a couple of times in this channel, but essentially, I do actually have two arts degree, and my second arts degree is actually on cultural industries, you know, which means that I did observe things like Wuthering Waves, like gaming industry, music industry, sometimes even like restaurant and food industry as well, you know, because you can't argue that there's a lot of culture and creativity over there, right? So I'm making informed decision, and I would argue that I'm having informed emotions. I'm not just shunning things, shunning games, shunning company because I don't like them. Yes, I don't like them, but there is a very strong reason behind that, and I do have industry inside. Maybe not completely up to date like with the gaming, especially. It's a bit difficult when it comes to China because China's quite secretive. Unfortunately, I literally have friends from mainland China when I was doing my master's degree in the cultural industries, and even them cannot really access, like actual data from around them, which I find really interesting and a bit suspicious if I'm not, if I'm being honest. So like I have a very, very good idea on how these things work. And so when I am angry at certain gaming companies, if you will, it's because I can imagine the way that the wheel works behind them. It's low-key just corporate greed. And who likes corporate greed? No one, right? Like, you can't just do things to make money. You also need to think about the arts and the people and the culture that you're sometimes you're carrying it. That's why I keep referencing this, but like it is what it is. But like I think like since the early 2000, the new CEO of Disney said that it's not our job to sort of kind of like guard the culture, but it is our job to make money, which is probably why Disney has been so largely unfulfilling and just not making great, you know, heart touching works for the past almost quarter, century at this point. It's because they just want to make money, and it's not great. Like, no one wants that. No one wants to, like actually go out there just so they can be milked like cow. And, but our others are our wallet. That's probably not necessarily a good analogy, but it's fine. I'm just looking around here. I would like to go to kind of like the student area because this is kind of more like not student area because like the design is fancy. So yeah, I'm just going to give like a little bottom line, a little conclusion if you will on my talk is that I think in general it's a good idea if we have done our own research and make up our own mind about things that we consume and interact with every day. I would say, I mean, I've been I played BGR before I played Wuthering Waves. So I've been with Kuro for more than 2 years at this point. And I can say that, at large, there are companies who are just like really into making their arts, and I really appreciate that. All the references and stuff. Like, you wouldn't think that people from Red Project, the company, if you will, who is handling cyberpunk, like they would just work with anyone, like considering the quality of their art, of their work so far, both the game and also the anime, the Edge Runners, which is like such a fantastic movie. I am still broken by that, and I think I will be broken by what will happen tomorrow. So that's not good. Oh, the sunset is here. Is it sunset time? Sunset time. It is. It's 4:13. Oh, it's beautiful. Ocean looks beautiful. Shall we take a photo? Okay, like if nothing else, I don't really feel like doing like a proper photography, but like yeah, that will do for now. But yeah, this ends up having almost nothing to do with a 3.4 tomorrow, but that's okay. I'm not here to necessarily making interesting videos and whatnot. I already wrote that I'm just here for the this is just an archive. It's always fun to have an archive. I like looking at my old journal, and just it's such a relief to know that on times where I thought I was on cloud nine, and I kind of was in some parts, I was also having the same struggle that I have today. So just seems super heated in a way. But life is a wheel, and maybe some sorrowing. But it's not always that bad. I mean, I've been struggling a bit more lately as well, which is like not good. I need to talk to someone. But I've been healing from. I almost been like completely healed from like a really, pretty freaking awful, kind of like eczema, sort of like session that lasted a couple of weeks, and it's the worst, you know, the worst one that I had so far. So those are not great. But also, oh, this is a fountain. Sorry, I probably shouldn't go there. But other things also happening, and that is fine. That's just life. I suppose I will get through one way or another. And if anything, I think being an adult means that you also go into enjoying really small, beautiful stuff, just like little things in your life. And for me, that little things is going to be the the collaboration tomorrow, because like I'm going to be very excited for that. I'm going to, I think, like, first and foremost, I'm going to pull for Lucy because we're gonna get Rebecca for free, thank God. And then I don't know whose weapon I'll pull first, whether it's Rebecca's or Lucy, but my plan is to go both of them, both of their weapons, and then leave it at that for now. So that's something to look forward to. The other thing that I look forward to, well, not really looking forward to because I already have it, it's just like it's like having Chian here. It's so funny because like it's been 2 years and I still haven't found any fictional character that I like more than him. Like, this is not a joke. I like him not only as like a gaming fictional character, he is on top of every fictional character ever. Like, that's including the books that I've read and whatnot. I just think he's absolutely fantastic, because he's so strong, but also he's also so soft, and he's also so reassuring. But maybe that has something to do with the way that I have, anxiety. But yeah, he's just here. He looks fantastic, but I probably wouldn't care for his look.
Will be ours.
Yes, of course. Yes, of course, sweetheart, of course. Probably wouldn't care how hot he looks if I didn't like his personality. I mean, like, they're all extremely good looking, of course. Look at his look. Like, they're all adorable. I do like all of them, but, I still like Sean the most. So yeah, that's that. God love me so much, dear Lord. Like, if I ever, get married or something, I just want a husband like Gian. Like, this isn't even a joke. Okay, I better go now. I shouldn't be that hypnotized by his beauty, but here we are. If you got this far, wonderful. I don't know why, but I really appreciate it, and I do certainly hope that you've been having the most wonderful weekend. See you guys around.